Buy another project car when you're trying to go ahead and get all your existing project cars done, because the deal really is too good to pass up. Welcome to the shop. I'm Jared, and this is the Questionable Garage, and I'm standing next to my BMW E30 drift car. This originally started off as Tyler Hoover's choice for a car trek, and I picked it up from him. Look at that. Look at that. Discovered wasn't put together the best of ways, and after a lot of thousands of dollars and Car Wizard popping out,
$1,000 would get him where he needs to be.
We built something that is a whole lot of fun to go drifting. Now, I've gone to Taylor Hull's Drift University, had a couple days there, a couple open track days, and between him and my other friend Michael Elsia, they both have made it clear that I should be tandem drifting and kind of moving on to the next level. I used to make fun of drifting, and it turns out it's a lot of fun.
Hey, Para.
Shh, Magni, I'm watching TV.
Jared's been out there a long time. I'll bet he's starving.
Yeah, sure. Well, get him one of those box thingies he always eats from the fridge.
Oh, you mean one of those fresh, never frozen factory meals that are designed by chefs and nutritionists that contain premium ingredients, taste great, help support his immune system, and fit right into his busy lifestyle.
Right. How'd you know all that stuff?
You just open the fridge, decide what flavor-packed factory meal Jared wants, poke a couple of holes in it, like this, microwave for 2 minutes, and it's good to go.
Sweet. Oh, he's coming.
Hey guys! Oh, what's that smell? Did you cook me a factor meal for lunch? Did you pick a good one? Trick question, they're all good. Now, if you haven't heard of Factor, Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen, ready to heat and eat meals right to your doorstep. And they give you more than 35 options a week, including keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, whatever you're looking for in a meal, Factor has an option for you. They don't have doggy approved ones yet, I'm sorry. And like my two great Pyrenees have already shown, they are incredibly easy. There's no prep, no mess. 2 minutes in the microwave and you've got something delicious to eat. And they've got snacks, smoothies, and more. They have tons of options you can add on to your weekly orders to help fill your entire day's food needs. And as you can tell, I keep Factor in the shop because it's incredibly easy to forget to stop and eat lunch when you're in the shop working. All I've got to do is run to the fridge and I've got a delicious meal to make sure I'm taking care of myself. Head on over to factor75.com or click the link below and use code questionable50. Get 50% off your first box and 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors with every order while you're an active subscriber. If you're ready to make mealtime easier for yourself and your family, head on over to factor75.com or click the link in the description below, questionable50, 50% off your first box and free wellness shots for life while you're an active subscriber. To safely practice tandem drifting and to ever potentially compete, you need certain safety gear. And with this car and me, well, there's one problem. I occupy the space said safety gear needs to exist, and that is a roll cage. I've built a race car E30 in the past, and making Jared and a roll cage fit in an E30, it's not a formula that can ever actually be solved. So, I mean, we could maybe put a roll cage in it, but it would really mean cutting it up to the point that it is essentially destroyed. And it is a little too special to really do that to it. And we had talked about previously building potentially an E36 or 46 BMW drift chassis. I really like how the BMW handles. It's a lot of fun. They do really well. There's a ton of parts available for them. You guys love the idea of it. So that was the plan, to eventually build one of these cars. But it just so happened somebody listed an E46 professional drift car for sale.
As Johnathan Hurst, you can see, almost gets out to that second outside zone. Into that third outside zone goes Johnathan Hurst, and you got to think this is good practice for Ken Gucci. Let's see Hurst. You can see him gaining closer, gaining some ground. Big angle there from Chris Forsberg. Again, qualifying third. Let's see how it enters the power alley. Throws it in aggressively. Forsberg gets right to the side of him, has to back off a little bit. You can see getting closer and closer. Big angle there from Hurst to the side of him and brings it on home. Big angle there from Hurst. into that first outside zone. See how, oh, look at that. Brandon Sorensen narrowly almost hitting Johnathan Hurst. And now into that inside clip, we'll see him knocking it over. Now into that final outside zone. Let's see how Johnathan Hurst handles it.
That's right, I got Johnathan Hurst's 2022-2023 E46 Formula Drift Pro car. I got some of Johnathan Hurst's 2022 and 2023 Pro Drift car. But before we can even talk about it here, I have to go get it, so let's go do that. Well, all right, everyone from the future, we are in Paduka with, as Jared calls it, the pride of Paduka. Yeah. Oh, Jonathan, Cash or Hurst? I thought you were two different people. And
Johnathan Cash.
So this is what I'm buying, and a lot of people questioned, and they're like, why would you buy that? Anyone who builds cars understands the amount of money, like, just right there.
Yeah, absolutely. The fab work, all that stuff was done by Rise Fab, and they're top-notch quality, so yeah, definitely a lot of time and money spent into making the chassis, and now you get to kind of just skip all that. So
yeah, exactly, because we've been talking, I want a drift car build, something I can start doing tandems with, and any respectable track is going to say you need some type of cage for tandems, because spearing a door is somewhat common.
Yeah, for sure. And it's already big guy friendly, so.
Yeah, I'm going to put the big guy to the test. Yeah, you're big, but I'm bigger. But walking around, so we've got reinforced front strut towers cut out, ready to go. Steering column is already in. If I suddenly become really good and want to run pro spec, I'm going to have to throw a stock column and pedals in it, which is...
Shouldn't be too bad, though, if you wanted to do something like that.
It's still kind of silly, but going around, we already got some headlight mounts that, as expected, I've broken a headlight or two off. I saw this and was joking. I'm going to have Cash riding with me always.
Yeah.
That is, so was that like a custom-made stamp?
Yeah, no, they surprised me with it. They hand bead rolled that.
They hand rolled that.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I like the firewall cage pass-throughs there. That is so cool.
Never really even seen that. So when I went through Tech at FD, they were like, "Dude, this is really cool."
This is pretty robust. As Taylor and I found out when his spare Corvette caught fire, it blew the firewall forward. So that's where these super heavy-duty reinforced things. It's always important, you know, a little bit of body damage here, as can, you know, drifting is a contact sport.
For sure. It could be a lot worse, I feel like, especially, you know, when I'm driving them, so.
A couple, just again, cool touches. This is set up for over fenders. That's where we have a whole original donor chassis, was the original plan to get sheet metal.
I think I might have some of these laying around.
Yeah, they're in the background.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do.
Is that your middle name? Just you're a wheeler dealer?
I mean, you know, I'm known to make a deal or two around here, you know. Whatever I can do to get some cash.
I show up for this, and I'm going home with all of that, which...
Well, you said you was picking up a car. You can't just leave with that.
Fair. Something else that's really cool, NASCAR rear sway bar. I don't know that I'll ever need it, considering a professional didn't have to change the bars. But being in North Georgia, I'm not that far from Mooresville, where different spring rate sway bars can be had for like $10 or $15.
Sure. Yeah. And easy to change.
Yeah, you just pop them off, slide in and out, or you just change the leverage point there. Comes with rubber. Your GT radio?
No, Vitor.
Vitor. Oh, that's right. The new guy.
Yeah, the new.
But yeah, you know, expected damage. But there is one thing I wanted to kind of point out. That is, you know, another little spearing incident.
First outside zone, gets all the way out there, taps the bumper. Oh boy.
Yeah, you know, we had to break her in 7 laps. thought it'd be good to go ahead and just nose her in at Long Beach, going against Literal. Got hung out there a little bit, and he kind of caught me in the front, slung me into the wall, and that's all she wrote.
I mean, but then you went a year and a half just like this. My plan is to replace all of that just so that way I can have my own fresh battle scars.
For sure. But I ran it all last year without touching or doing anything, just with what the bracing we did from Rise Fab, and the car drove and handled just perfectly fine. I don't even know, but at the same time, I don't know what straight is. So
I am really excited because all of this is going to save a tremendous amount of fab work. Tremendous amount of fab work. We're going to still do some work. Like I said, I want to start fresh, you know, that way I can.
I mean, I think a day and you'll be, you know, running doors again, you know.
You know, there is a hole there, but
well, you know,
power plant still has to be decided. But yeah, there's my doors, pre-cut, ready to go.
Some Paduka leads, you know.
And then we've got rear bumper. We've got rear quarters. We got rear over quarters. We got front fenders and quarters. A trunk leg that when he ordered was ordered to be extra flexible, so that way less likely to break in the point of contact.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we got some NACA decks just because it's fun to say. So I've got to now figure out how to load all of this up. If people want to follow more along other pro drifters, what's all your fun socials? YouTube, Insta?
Yeah, mostly just Instagram and Facebook and stuff. Cash Racing on Facebook, and then Johnathan Cash 16 on Instagram.
So, thank you. My wife's going to be thrilled. She actually is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this was just included, you know?
Yeah. It's a good thing I had a little bit of extra money. I figured since I'm going through Birmingham, I had to visit the Bad Influence. I had already seen it, and then you sent it, and Taylor sent it, and then Taylor sent other cars.
I only sent this one. I said, hey, this one's good. Like,
yeah, and I'm like, I already have seen it and commented, yes, I know.
I say it's good as I'm standing next to the damage, but that's fixable.
Right.
That's no big deal, guys. No big deal. This is totally fixable. Everything's fine. But no, seriously though, this chassis, for what Cash hooked up my friend Jared for, is a phenomenal deal with how much fab work's already done.
Basically, roughly the roll cage would be covered. I'd imagine if I took this over to Chris Top Garage and Buford and had an FD spec, I think his FD specs start at 3,500.
Probably somewhere around there, yeah. So just the money and like the details of this cage is beautiful. I mean, they did a killer job on it. Just look at how much time this would take to replicate.
Right.
And Jared, how much spare time do you have?
Exactly none.
Okay, so this is a good start.
Right.
I am glad Jared is going full bore into drifting like Taylor and I. Well, Taylor's on a whole new level from both of us combined, but he's a little crazy. So this is beautiful though. I mean,
I can safely start because you've been pushing. So let's start tandeming, and as evidence, you know, by these hits, door spears can happen, especially when you're learning.
All the time. And you're ready to tandem, and you want a safe chassis to tandem with. You want good door bars, and this is as safe as you can get out of a pro drift car. I mean, it is literally, he just had this car in Irwindale. So, and he had a killer season in this car. It was doing so good.
I wish I could have afforded it assembled. It was, you know, it was a smoking deal assembled, but I can't afford that. All set up back here. Rear radiator mount still there. I just need to figure out what size he was using. Rear bash bar. And of course, now we got most of the bodywork. Oh yeah, here. All my Type S lights. So I can really be pro drift.
Got all the Type S lights.
The ones that fell off and were drug for a little bit.
Oh yeah, it just adds character. Fuel cell, battery. I mean, there's already so much work done here. It's gonna save you a bunch of time. And you might get some haters saying, you don't need a car at this level. No one needs this.
No, look, the pros do. Like,
we
but
have fun with them.
I needed a cage.
Yes,
and this,
you did.
I cannot fit in a caged E30. So I was looking at a 36 or a 46. It just, I bought a whole car and roll cage.
You did, and look at the welds.
Yeah, no, like that.
I mean, come on, and this must be Steal It. Have you ever used Steal It?
Yeah, it's funny. People love or hate it. It's an interesting thing.
I like it.
But yeah, I was supposed to buy just a body, and then cash being cash,
Hooked you up.
I got a whole lot more body work. And then just check out in the back of the truck. Let's walk up there.
There's more?
There's more. Not a whole lot, but
I see
radiator
shiny.
mount, course port, just a front cradle, but FD shop Mantis kit.
And the FDF top hats.
Yeah.
So how many E46 parts do you have now with this spare chassis you also have?
That was mostly just body parts.
Okay.
Because like I needed doors and a trunk and everything.
Having steering racks handy is very nice in the drift world.
Proven by the E30.
Yes. No power steering. No power steering. He's literally manhandling this. We're gonna die. This is killer.
I had another road trip that potentially introduced me to another company. What do you think? So I'm not just going full dumb, because like the Maximum Angle podcast, they were doing a whole thing like people go out and they can't even handle 180 horsepower and then they build a pro car. I'm kind of that. Well, I'm not gonna say I can't handle, like I handle the E30 pretty well, but I almost fell into that well, I have fallen into the stereotype of like, yeah, I can kind of drift, so now I got a pro car. 500 horsepower.
This is
probably
a huge war in the drifting industry right now between people who say you don't need a handbrake, you don't need an angle kit when you're learning. There's people saying you don't need a fast car, you don't need horsepower. Guys, everybody is different.
Right.
You have Cole Richards, who's driven Sims, and in 2 years he's out there winning Prospect's not easy. Like, it's a war in the top 8. Prospect is a war. You have to know what you're doing and be good. So Jared is one of those people that was able to get in a drift car and properly drive, and a hard to drive BMW that he has. I couldn't even drive it. Taylor could, I couldn't. But Jared is one of those, it's okay for him to do this. He has the knowledge, the capability, he can do it. Some of you can as well, and you don't even know it yet. Some of you should start in a 350Z or a AE86 or a Miata, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just how much dedication you have. So let's just all be positive and more supportive of everyone else's decisions and what routes they want to take.
That's Brent with PFI Speed. He was doing his thing. He had a beautiful message where he was like, if my positivity can be contagious, let yours be too. And then I was talking with him and I said, Brent, you're trying to start a pandemic of positivity. And he's like, I love that. And I think he's making a t-shirt. I'm going to be the first to order one. But
dude, I'm all
support
for it,
each
man.
other. Like,
exactly.
It's a dumb hobby that is so much fun, and it works a whole lot easier when we're all working together.
So let's just all enjoy what each other are doing and have a good time. But Jared, I support your decision. It's financially a good decision, which is
weird
to say. Most people won't see this.
The guy in the hotel was asking me, hey, what are you fixing with this? And I'm, no.
This is the fix.
Yeah, I had no intentions of building it this soon.
There's already a drive shaft hood,
yeah,
a cross member. Like, this front piece takes a few hours to make. There's just so much time.
It's one of those really weird things to say, I bought a slightly crashed race car to save $10,000.
I know a lot of you guys will understand this, and a lot of you won't, and that's fine. You can watch Jared's videos. This is going to be a good series here on resurrecting this car. It's beautiful. I love it.
It'll be fun. All right, well, you've got a couple hours of work, and I've got a couple hours of driving to do still, but
it's good to see the questionable garage family again.
Yeah.
So I'll be back in the shop wrenching on something soon, I'm sure. You know,
if not, you need to get a couple more videos so people can go get their Elsos World fix.
This is true. Y'all come on over and check me out again.
Elsos World, Rutledge Wood,
yeah,
twin turbo Supras.
Yeah, his Supra's absolutely amazing. It's my favorite Supra in the world now after doing this work on it. So come check out some Supra content.
So yes, sometimes you should buy another project car when you're trying to go ahead and get all your existing project cars done, because the deal really is too good to pass up. Adding all of these little bits and pieces together, if I were going to hire a shop to do some of it, even doing some of it myself, and all the parts that I've got, we're nearing an almost $13,000 savings by buying this car. Would I have built it quite to this level? Maybe not, but for just the cost of a roll cage, I got an entire car ready to go. So I'm really excited. I hope you guys are excited to see, you know, restoring a Formula Drift Pro car back to competitive status. So the next time you see the E46 pop up on the channel, we are going to be cutting out the completely crashed front section and drafting in the good one from our donor car over there. And then we're going to fit that entire body kit on it so it can look like a car and a little less like a parts car. That guy at the hotel did kind of hurt my feelings when he was like, what am I fixing with this? No, this is what we're fixing. Once again, thank you to Factor for sponsoring this episode. If you haven't already, you should go ahead and head on over to factor75.com and use code questionable50. Get that 50% off your first order and lifetime wellness shots. That's kind of a really cool new addition to the deal. But I'm Jared, reminding you to always make questionable choices. And I hope you guys can find a wife to support you with a questionable one like this. I was about to pass on it and she said, no, go for it. We'll see you.